Hey guys, what's up? It's Tom from ViewsFromTheLincTV. You know, Steve's at work, I'm home. I'm going to make a video for you guys because, you haven't heard just all me. Steve's supposed to give you his post-game rant. Steve sounds off, and we're supposed to give you a post-game video, and maybe even a pre-game, live from the link. We've been at a few games and haven't done it, so we've been slacking on our videos. A lot's going on. Again, we moved out to LA. If you're a first-time watcher, haven't seen a couple of our last videos, if you don't know. But we were just really happy yesterday with everything that happened, obviously except for, the Rams losing, but Detroit got a win over the Redskins, and the Eagles got a win over the Vikings, and I think that's what mattered more than anything. We're all getting tired of rooting for our rivals to lose, and then we lose anyway. Everybody was feeling a certain way about this Vikings game. A lot of people just, said straight out, the Eagles are going to win this game. They're just, that's just what they do. They play down the competition and they play back up the competition. The Eagles have really played the best against the best teams. This team comes out, they rally together, and they get a big win at home. And that's the kind of connection that they have with the fan base, and they do have more confidence, especially the young quarterback at home. So speaking of the young quarterback, Carson Wentz, I'll just start with the Eagles offense. It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. You got the Minnesota Vikings, who are a great defense, just absolutely terrorizing teams to come in, especially off two bad games where, you're hitting that patch where teams are giving you different looks, and Wentz, has to make that adjustment and make those necessary corrections to be effective moving forward. I think he's looked, more like a rookie these last 2 weeks, and especially against the Vikings. But he has that gunslinger mentality, and he has a very short-term memory, and he'll come back and he'll go after you the next play. So it's good to see from a confidence standpoint. He doesn't seem rattled. He's just going through a point right now where he has to make his corrections, and I think that every quarterback has to do that, because when you first come into the league, you got all the confidence in the world, you got all this new stuff, and especially when you have early success. As time goes on, all the best quarterbacks see it is teams will adjust and they'll take away what you're good at. They'll try to make you one-dimensional. That's kind of what you try to do for every single situation in the NFL. You try to make the opposing offense predictable and one-dimensional. You can get them to do this, and you can counter it with this. This is pretty much any team's dream, is to have a strong pass rush. You set a team up to where they have to throw on second and third and longs, and if you can get to that quarterback and rattle them, that's how you can beat the team. That's kind of what they've done lately. Teams have stopped the run game, and they've really keyed in on trying to make Carson Wentz continue to beat them, and it's not just the quarterback, it's everybody as a collective unit. So the Eagles' offense is now being challenged a lot, maybe not so much differently, but they're clearly running into a wall. It was the Vikings, and they have the best defense in the NFL, or coming into this game they did. Jalen Mills had something to say about that, but the Eagles did look like a young, struggling offense. They did struggle, but speaking of the Eagles defense, I mentioned it earlier. Going into this game, everybody knew that they were going to try to do exactly what I just said, and that's get after Sam Bradford, get after the quarterback, and they did exactly that. They beat him up, they took the ball away from him, and it was a perfect homecoming for him, a homecoming for a guy who's only been here for, who was only here for a year. But, that's kind of the deal with Sam Bradford. But the Eagles defense did exactly what they had to do, to stop him. They won the battle of the trenches, and they won it on both sides, too. I think that, I think both quarterbacks struggled, but Carson Wentz was hit, obviously, a lot less. The Vikings didn't have a single sack on him, and the Eagles had plenty of turnovers, sacks, and hurries, and pressures, and hits, and all that good stuff. So that's the recipe for winning, and they were pretty strong on the back end as well with McLeod and Jenkins. They're always holding it down. Jalen Mills has really taken, a family approach with this thing. He's becoming a leader. He's really weaving himself into the secondary as a starter, and he just already has that. You can already see that he has that kind of confidence about himself. And like I said, he'll get beat. He'll have penalties. The picked up call might have been a penalty. I thought Diggs kind of initiated contact as well. He's still developing, and he's getting valuable reps right now. He's really taking a step forward. Every game of his rookie year has been, an improvement, something that he can learn from. So I'm really liking how this secondary is coming together. Still a couple pieces away. Needs another starter and a reliable guy that can stay healthy and make plays. It's been a great season so far, 4-2, ups and downs. Now we go into the biggest game. Everyone had circled on their calendars, the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll talk about that in some videos in the future. But for now, it's just fly, Eagles, fly. Keep representing this team that we all love so much. and just, keep the good vibes up, keep the energy up. This is a new time. We got a new quarterback. We got this great defense. Hats off to Jim Schwartz for being a great coordinator so far. We can't win every game, but, we're getting there as far as just being a more complete team and learning. Each game, like I said, it's great to see. It's great to see this team, how they're developing, how they're learning together, and how they're coming together as a family so early in this whole regime. So I'm loving it. I know you guys are too. I know you guys are going to be tuning in the rest of the week for these videos and leading up to this big game against Dallas. So again, fly Eagles fly, and let's just keep the positive vibes. See you next time.